May 24th, 2023. I have a visitation from a lady angel, and she said write down Ezekiel chapter 1, verses 1 through 48. And it states, in the 13th year, in the 4th month, on the 5th day of the month, as I was among the exiles by the Charber Canal, the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of God. On the 5th day of the month, it was the 5th year of the exile of the king Jonakin. The word of the Lord came to Ezekiel, the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans, by the Chebar Canal, and the hand of the Lord was upon him. The glory of the Lord. As I looked, behold, a stormy wind came out of the north, and a great cloud with brightness around it, and fire flashing forth continually, and in the midst of the fire, as it were gleaming metal. And from the midst of it came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had a human likeness, but each had 4 faces, and each of them had 4 wings. Their legs were straight, and the soles of their feet were like the soles of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like burnished bronze. Under their wings, on their 4 sides, they had human hands, and the 4 had their faces and their wings. Thus their wings touched one another. Each one of them went straight forward without turning as they went. As for the likeness of their faces, each had a human face. The 4 had the face of a lion on the right side, the 4 had the face of an ox on the left side, and the 4 had the face of an eagle. Such were their faces, and their wings were spread out above. Each creature had 2 wings, each of which touched the wing of another, while 2 covered their bodies, and each went straight forward. Whatever the spirit would go, they went without turning as they went. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, like the appearance of torches moving to and fro among the living creatures. And the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning, and the living creatures darted to and fro, like the appearance of a flash of lightning. Now as I looked at the living creatures, I saw a wheel on the earth besides the living creatures, one for each of the 4 of them. As for the appearance of the wheels and their construction, their appearance was like the gleaming of beryl, and the 4 had the same likeness. Their appearance and construction began as it were a wheel within a wheel. When they went in any of their 4 directions without turning as they went, and their rims were tall and awesome, and the rims of all 4 were full of eyes all around. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went besides them. And when the living creatures rose from the earth, the wheels rose. Wherever the spirit wanted to go, they went, and the wheels rose along with them, for the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. When those went, these went, and when those stood, these stood, and when those rose from the earth, the wheels rose along with them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. Over the heads of the living creatures there was the likeness of an expanse shining like awe-inspiring crystal spread out above their heads, and under the expanse their wings were stretched out one toward another, and each creature had 2 wings covering its body. And when they went, I heard the sound of their wings like the sound of many waters, like the sound of the Almighty, a sound of tumult, like the sound of an army. When they stood still, they let down their wings, and there came a voice from above the expanse over their heads. When they stood still, they let down their wings. I had an open vision of that, and I felt that. I literally felt that. I didn't see it, but I felt exactly that, because that's after I got this, I felt that. I felt it, but like the vibration, I felt it of that. Okay, and above the expanse over their heads there was the likeness of a throne, in appearance like sapphire, and seated above the likeness of a throne was a likeness with a human appearance, and upward from what had the appearance of his waist I saw as it were gleaming metal, like the appearance of fire, enclosed all around, and downward from what had the appearance of his waist I saw as it was the appearance of fire. And there was brightness all around him, like the appearance of how the bow that is in the cloud of the day of rain. So was the appearance of the brightness all around. Such was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. When I saw it, I fell on my face, and I heard the voice of the one speaking. And I would encourage you to read the whole book of Ezekiel. And that was the message. It's getting close to time for God to come. And if you're unrepented, stop sinning, meaning get reborn again, please get baptized. You can do it at home. Ask God in your bathtub to turn it all to holy water and your children and baptize them there, and stop playing around with it. And get reborn again. Believe what Jesus said, that everyone's sins are forgiven. And we have to be good until his coming. So go over your sin list, and I will continue to say this. Google it. There is a list of sins in the Bible that you can repent from, and there's a couple lists, so you might as well look at all. There's more than 3 that add more sins to it, so you accomplished your goal of becoming a spotless bride.